Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, came on here to do a little educational video. Um, and so I spent this whole morning, besides getting stuff ready for finding a job. I had to get a background check. I had to get my fingerprints done. And so now that I have those things, I can apply for my license. But on the YouTube side of things, I was like, okay, I think I've posted 13 videos in the last 2 months. Let me check that. I got something cool to show you guys. It's here on my desk, but I got something cool to show you guys. Yeah, so I think I posted 13 videos. Oh, wait, no, in the last 4 months. Yeah, so it started with how to become an influencer. That was 4 months ago, and then I did my take two explaining how to do scripting and stuff. And then I had a couple videos after that. Actually, it's more like almost 20 videos, including the one I posted recently. But anyways, I have something cool to show you guys. And what I have here are all of my scripts for the past 12 videos. So I just printed them all out. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but look at that. See, the camera's right there. Look at this. Look how many freaking pages there are. It's kind of cool. So some videos are a couple pages, so I had to staple it right there. Some are a couple pages long, and they would take a little bit to read through. But some are just one page, because everything can be summed up on the page and then the back. So those are my shorter videos, obviously. But I have here 12 different videos all printed out. And only one of them printed out like the original. Originally, they had much, this one is almost 20 pages, I think. This one has a lot of pages, but it's printed out with the timestamps. My sister is just out there rambling about something. But yeah, this one with the timestamps, obviously it separates all the timestamps, and so it takes up way more pages, but it's also easier to read. And it uses, I think, roughly the same amount of ink that these other things do, but it's just scattered across several pages. So anyways, I've got all these lined up, and let me show you guys again, just how much info there is in here. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's almost half a book in here, if I'm being honest. There is almost a novel worth of information in this script that I printed out. So it could literally be a novel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can turn this into a novel, but you could turn it into a book, like a self-help book or something. Or an autobiography or something. I don't know. Or I don't know, there should be a new genre of book that is taken from YouTube videos. You convert YouTube videos into scripts, and then you use some sort of AI tool to put it all together and turn it into a book. That would be kind of sick. It could be a whole new genre of books. But and it's when you're reading it, it's you're reading a YouTube video. So so I printed these out, because I like the physical copies better than reading the transcript from the YouTube video. Like I'll just go on a YouTube video and you press more. So let me show you. So you press more and then you scroll down to show transcript, and then it has the transcript there. And that's one way that you can script, is just by like pausing your video and then reading through the transcript, and that's one way to do it. But I actually like having the printed copy so that I'm not like staring at like words on my phone. I mean, I do read a bit from my phone, but I prefer having a physical copy, and it just feels cool to like print it out like on an actual printer. Like this took like, I think this took half an hour to print all this out. So what I can do with this, like I explained in my take two video, is that you can read it word for word out loud, and you can go through each video, and you can, as you're reading it, you can take out stuff that you don't want. You can highlight or put emphasis on things that you do want. So if you get to a certain part of the video on paper, and you're like, oh wow, that was actually a really cool idea. But I didn't explore it enough. And now, as time has gone on, you have more ideas about that particular thing. Then you can stop. Like you could make like a little note on the paper, like stop here and like explain more. And then and then for your second take, you could like really emphasize a couple points on like that one particular piece of information. So, anyways, like that's pretty cool. I'm feeling so ADHD today for some reason. I've been hitting this vape like nonstop. It's my new vape. It's a Lost Mary vape. Been hitting it like nonstop. So anyways, so you can read through it and you can edit it based on your own thoughts and opinions. So you can change it based on when you're reading through it. Like you can change it based on like when you're rereading it, you can change it. Essentially, I'm just repeating myself, but you can change it based on your own thoughts and feelings about the video. Now, there's been like all the videos that I just posted recently, I didn't script any of those. And that's because after the first take, I was happy with them. And especially that video where I talked about my thought process with the nouns, verbs, adjectives, and the 4 parts of the day. Like, and I even said in the video, like, oh, I rewatched it and I thought it was a good take. Like, I said everything that I wanted to say, like, perfectly. So that's an example of like when you don't need to do a second take for a video, when you don't need to script that video. Because there's going to be plenty of videos that you post and maybe you take time to edit them, or maybe you're just happy leaving them as it is with no edits. You're like, yeah, that was a good video. Like I don't I don't need to take extra time to like practice it and script it again. So anyways, that's something to think about, is like if you do want to practice a video, because like let's say you wake up and you're like, okay, I want to make a video today, but I have nothing planned for the afternoon. You could be like, you could adjust your thoughts so that when you make that video, you have time in the afternoon to script and practice it. Like I was saying, like it's a good time killer. So when you have the time, you can script a video and do that. Also, when you have time, you can edit videos. But not everything has to be scripted. Not everything has to be practiced. Not every video has to be redone perfectly. Um, so yeah, it's really up to you, but that's the point of this, is like it's giving you some freedom to make your own decisions based on the content you want to make. So I'm just trying to give you guys a little like outlet, a little like tool on your belt to essentially help you make more content. Like everybody I'm following right now, like I want to see more content from them. Um, am I gonna watch every single video from everybody I'm subscribed to? Probably not. There's even some people I'm subscribed to right now, which I'm just like, okay, I'm like bored of their channel. Like I'm tired of their channel. Like I'm probably gonna discontinue this subscription. But there are a lot of people who I don't feel that way. There are a lot of people who I feel like are putting out good stuff, and I'd like to see more stuff from them. But I also want people to put effort into their videos. Like, I know speaking off the top of your head, which I do in all my videos, not always. Like, sometimes it's a story time. So that's like based on like real experience. It's not just based off of my philosophy or my beliefs or my thinking. Like, some of it is like real info. So, and that's why like pretty much a year ago this time, like I got an iPad and I started editing videos because I wanted to make it more fun for the viewer. And it's also more fun to edit your videos and see the final result. Like that's also more fun. So I want to see people put more more effort into their stuff, because it's like if you're just making content out of boredom, then, which I have done, like I think we're all guilty of it, right? I think even Mr. Beast or like Danny Duncan, like I think even really big YouTubers probably find themselves bored at least one day a year, and that one day a year they're like, okay, I'm just gonna like put together a shitty like video idea and like film it and do it. Like I'm sure everybody gets bored sometimes, and YouTube is like just the perfect outlet because it's like it doesn't require anything from you except that you talk to the camera and then you press the upload button. Like you get a couple views, couple comments, and you're like, okay, like that was worth my time, right? So yeah. Um so I want to see like better videos from people. I want to see people continue to post stuff. And I also want there to be a pattern. That's the biggest thing, is like I think what turned me on to this idea of scripting is the fact that you can actually start to create your own algorithms essentially within your within your page, within your YouTube page. You can create your own algorithms. Um and so right, because like let's say someone posts like 3 videos in a week, and like one of them is 10 minutes, one of them is 15 minutes, and the other one is, I don't know, 4 minutes. Like, is that like a pattern, or is it random? Is it intentional, or is it just what they felt like doing in the moment? Right? Um, for me, when I get to the end of a video, I end it, but I do try to create patterns for the length of the video, the subject, um, whether there's a story involved or not, like whether there's a real experience involved or not. Um, and there's a couple different measurements that I would use. I'm sure like if you watch my videos, like you can kind of see like that there's patterns in them. Like um I try to use a couple different measurements to create like my own algorithms, my own patterns within my page. And that's that enables my viewers to have predictability when they click on a video. Um, there's predictability. There's not like a guaranteed dopamine hit, but guaranteed you are gonna feel some sort of way by the end of the video, right? So it's not gonna make you feel nothing. That's what I try to do, is like, whether it's like humor or triggering people or making you think about something or telling a story that invokes a certain emotion, like I try to capture a feeling on camera that can stick with you, even if it's just for 30 seconds to a minute after you're done with the video. Like I try to create something that can, that can capture a feeling for at least a little amount of time. But, and that's the kind of content that I would want to view from other people. But to be honest, like when I'm watching other people's videos, I'm kind of thinking that they're doing it not to monetize their channel, not to, not to make a career out of it, not to eventually get to a better place in their videos, like with editing or like music. Like they're not trying to upgrade their stuff. They're not really downgrading, but they're not really upgrading either. And they're just kind of at a level where it's unpredictable. You don't know what kind of video you're going to see from them. I mean, you know what they sound like, their thought process a little bit after a couple of videos or like a couple months. Like you kind of get a rough idea of their thought process, and stuff like that. But there's still a level of like with Mr. Beast, like it's very predictable. Like it's going to be a high budget video, and there's a way to create a predictable, good video without needing a whole lot of equipment or like a stage, or even if you're living with your parents, like which I'm doing, like even if you're living with your parents, even if you don't feel comfortable filming yourself outside talking in public, like there is a way, like with just like one additional component. Like I have an iPad, so I can use iMovie and GarageBand. And then I also learned how to like print out these scripts with just like maybe one or two additional components to your video. It can feel like a predictable, good, high budget thing. If you get what I'm saying, it's kind of a metaphor. Like you can get what really high budget videos can give to the YouTuber or give to the viewer if you only add like one or two more components to your videos. So anyways, I'm going off on a rant, but I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit to think about for your next video. And I'm not saying like that you should try figuring all this out overnight, but like if you just think about it, like I've already seen some content out there where it's like they're doing a second take for their video, like they're making a video and then they're doing a second take. I've seen like one or two channels do that. And then I saw another channel talk about like scripting your videos. So I don't know if they're getting that from me or if they got that from somewhere else, but I'm just like, yeah, dude, if you just add one or two components to your videos to make them predictable and to make them kind of structured a little bit, then I think you could probably get monetized if you do that. And like it makes it easier to the viewer, because the viewer is not trying to change their life based off of your video. They are just finding something. It's like mental food. It's like they're just chewing on like mental food, or like a mental like dog bone. Like they're just like chewing on some like YouTube content for like 20 minutes or whatever. Like that's what we say, right? Like we consume content. Like we literally kind of do. So that is almost like a literal thing. Like we are on a steady diet of content. But and like this is what I'm saying is like I have no plans of making like comedy shorts, or I don't know, like TikTok dances, or like, oh, how to make this really fucking good like omelet from TikTok. Like I'm not trying to become like a trendy TikTok YouTuber person, which there's nothing wrong with that, but trends really can like numb you out. Like trends can become kind of numbing. For the viewer and for the person, they can just kind of numb you out. Um, and there's a lot of horror stories with channels who only do like trendy stuff. There's a lot of horror stories, like they become homeless, or their brand like backfired, or like whatever. Like I've heard some horror stories of like TikTokers who blew up overnight and then become like homeless. So this is the scripting thing and editing your videos. It's not so that you can become like some trendy person who blows up. Like it's just to add a level of predictability and structure, so that what you're saying stays with that person for a little bit longer. That's really all I'm saying. So, anyways, I have my scripts. I think today I don't have anything planned for the rest of the day, so I am going to read through these. And damn, it's going to take me a while, because I was adding up all the time on my videos that I posted like from 4 months ago to today. I added up all the time in them. So, like, some videos are around 20 minutes, some are like less, some are more. But it took like over 5 hours to film all of that content. And so now, if I'm reading through this might take me like 5 hours to read through. Maybe a little bit less, but it is going to take me a while to read through, because it's like a damn book, and I'm not a fast reader. So anyways, there's also something that I wanted to talk about, or something I wanted to give you guys as like another tool you can use when you're looking at your script. Because once you have your script, you can really do anything you want with it, but your brain is limited to what's on that page, right? Your brain and how you interpret the videos that you make, you're limited to what you've said, and you're limited to your own, like it's almost like there's a vulnerability in trying to adjust these scripts, because um you're vulnerable to your own, like what I'm trying to say is like you can use ChatGPT or some other AI tool to change your script. Like on some of these longer scripts that are like a couple pages long, in the past I haven't really done this in a while, and I didn't really take it that seriously, but like a while ago I used to put like a whole video, the transcript, into ChatGPT. So it's like a 20-minute video, and then I would say like, hey, can you downsize? I would just call it like a speech in ChatGPT. I'd be like, here's the speech. I would copy and paste it, put it in ChatGPT, and I'd be like, hey, can you downsize this to a like 2 paragraphs or like 2 or 3 paragraphs? Like, can you downsize it and without losing all of the important information in it? And ChatGPT does a really good job of doing that sort of thing. Like obviously it's been used for like exams and tests and essays and stuff, so it has all that shit in its algorithms. So I use ChatGPT to downsize these really big, like 20-minute videos into something that takes less than 5 minutes to communicate. And I'm probably going to do that for some of these. I don't know if I'll do it for all of them, but I think I'm going to do it for some of these. And now that they're on paper, I'm probably going to have to manually enter all that script into ChatGPT, which will take a while, but at least it gives me something to do, right? So I can enter in like one of these longer scripts into ChatGPT, like just type it in there, and I could be like, hey ChatGPT, like can you downsize this speech or these paragraphs or this story into something that's like more digestible? Or you can word it however you want. I think ChatGPT like kind of knows what to do. Like you just kind of like you use whatever like language you want, and it'll essentially downsize it and make it more easily readable to you and to your viewer. And then that's the thing that you could like read off of for your video, for your second take. That's the thing you could read off of, you could or you could try memorizing it, which would that's another thing is like there's just so many outlets, like there's so many like avenues you could go with this. But like ChatGPT is like a huge help, because what I'm thinking of doing, I'm not sure because I don't know if ChatGPT can actually do this, but I was thinking of putting like having one conversation, because you know you can have multiple conversations on ChatGPT. I was gonna put all of these scripts into one conversation, obviously like break them up and put instructions after each one. And I was going to layer them all into one video, like maybe a 20-minute video or a 15-minute video. And I was going to tell ChatGPT, like, hey, can you do an overview of each story individually? And then can you make an overview of all of them while quoting the script, or like quoting what I'm putting in here? Can you like use quotes from it that highlight the points I make in the video? And then you can literally take like I said, like 5 hours of content, and you can break it down into like a 15-minute video using ChatGPT. It's pretty fucking cool. So that's what I'm doing for the rest of the day. So I got my work cut out for me. So anyways, guys, I'll probably get back to you. I don't know if I'll be able to do that whole shebang today, but I'm gonna take the next couple days to do that, what I just talked about. I'll make that like my project for the next couple days. So anyways, hope you guys are having a good day. Eat some food, some good food. Drink a lot of water now that it's summertime and it's hotter outside. At least in Tennessee, the air is more humid, and we need to be consuming more water. Voice crack. We need to be consuming more water. So, yeah. So that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to put out. So anyways, peace, guys. Peace and love.